What is going on, everyone out there? It's Coffee, tapping back in to talk some football with y'all. My Buffalo Bills, big primetime game tomorrow night, squaring off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And of course, Josh Allen going up against Baker Mayfield, who, if you remember correctly, as feels like it's been such a long time since then, was supposed to be the guy, the number one QB out of that draft class. But how everyone was wrong. It was really Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson who were the top QBs out of that draft class. But Baker trying to turn over a new leaf, playing decent football. Was Tampa Bay like a 500 football team? You know, he's trying to get back and, re-kick off his career, and we'll see. That'll be a big game, man. We'll get back to talking about that in one moment. But this is like the big news of the NFL. Isn't this crazy? It seems a lot of fans are getting real sick of hearing about this. We're talking about the NFL's number one couple, I guess we could say, as this is getting all the coverage on, NFL sports media and all that. And also, the gossip stuff, the TMZ stuff. Then we're talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. She's been going viral at the games, being up in the booth, doing dances with Pat Mahomes' cornball brother and Mahomes' wife. What's her name? Brittany. It's all over the place, and a lot of fans are sick of it. And it's even crazy now. They have a stat line here. You see Schefter tweeting about this. I guess since Taylor Swift has been showing up, Kelce is averaging over 100 yards a game. And, you see this one fan sounding off like, "Fluck out of here with this. We don't care." But again, the NFL is loving this. The sports media world is loving this. It's big headlines and everything. I just wonder, I don't know if you guys saw when Kelce first started going with Taylor Swift, his ex was bashing him in the media, saying he was this womanizer and all that. Can you imagine the other side of the coin if they break up before the season's up or something like that? And I don't know if Taylor Swift would do that, though. She has publicists and stuff, as she's a huge mega star. I don't know. I just couldn't believe there's a stat line out there, including Taylor Swift in the NFL now. That's how it goes, though, with these analytics, and everything just comes at the touch of a button. They can get the percentages on stuff like, what is the Buffalo Bills record when wearing their white jerseys in the month of October or something? You know what I'm saying? It's wild, man, but Taylor Swift stat line out there on Kelce. Let me know what you guys think of that. But getting back to the Bills and Josh Allen going up against Baker Mayfield, a quarterback trying to turn things around, as it's been just ugly with Baker since he's been in the NFL. Remember OBJ's dad was calling him out. I don't know, man. I'm seeing Bills fans saying if Josh were to lose, and I don't even want to say that, right? Because I don't believe it's going to happen, and I still believe, and I'm not trying to get all negative the way I see a lot of Bills fans are getting. As I tell everyone, man, don't be that kind of fan, we're going through a lot with a lot of injuries and everything, but I just see people saying like they just don't, some fans, these negative fans just don't have any hope anymore. But Josh, definitely the superior quarterback. But leading into this big matchup tomorrow night, and drop your predictions, thoughts on the games and all that. An analyst out there who I've liked his takes and coverage on Josh Allen, as Josh seems like a guy that people either love or hate when it comes to the media side of things and former players and stuff like that. But this guy, I feel like, has been spot on with his takes, giving Josh praise and showing love at the right time, but being critical. And, I'm no expert, right? I'm just a schmuck talking into a device trying to tap in with y'all. And so once again, everyone, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and join the discussion. I do this to chop it up with my fellow Bills fans and other football fans out there in the blogosphere. But Josh is that kind of guy. He's an epic athlete, a big name in the NFL, but we're talking about Dan Orlovsky. I've loved his takes on Josh and the Bills, and he had something to say after this heart-wrenching upset loss to divisional rival New England Patriots.
There was very little plan for the blitz or pressure from New England, specifically in the red zone area, and it took points off the board in too many situations for them. Okay, 5-man pressure. The guy, linebacker-wise, that's in between the hashes, he's the responsibility of the quarterback. He comes, replace him. That wide receiver is right there like, Josh, give me the ball. Or for some reason, he doesn't. Now, is he going to score? I don't know. But it's going to become 3rd and goal from the 2 or 3 at worst, rather than 3rd and goal from the 7 and a field goal. Offensive line's going to go to the left. That means that linebacker off the ball to the right, if he pressures, we're hot. They peel with the back. We have to be ready to get to that shell. It's a very difficult play, but there's no plan for if that all-out pressure comes in that moment. Again, the right tackle has 2 responsibilities. If one guy comes, we have to be hot. That defensive end becomes unblocked. The wide receiver on 2nd 9 is waiting there for the football as the hot guy, and there's no throw. It's just a lack of plan to know if that pressure guy comes, what do I do with the football? And it led to way too many long, 3rd and long situations, specifically in the red zone.
Put bunny ears on him, please.
So pretty interesting, there by Orlovsky, going in, watching the footage, and you heard what he said, and we saw Belichick. We know this guy, once again, is the ultimate chess player. He got his 300th win, hit a major milestone in his coaching career among the many accolades he already has. And, Belichick found a way, as Josh Allen has just everyone in the division he's been smashing on, but the Patriots got a big win going into that game at 1-5, and Belichick, as I've already pointed out in other videos, he saw the injuries we had. He saw what kind of defense we were running schematically, and saw that we just didn't have the proper personnel anymore. But on the other side of the ball, going up against our offense, their defense, you see that he just brought the pressure. 42% of the time they blitzed, 40% pressure. That's been season highs as far for Josh Allen going up against opposing teams and their defenses. And it worked. On that first clip there, though, where Orlovsky was saying, was it Diggs or whoever he had right there around the goal line, like he was wide open. I kind of like that Josh didn't throw to him there. There was a guy creeping, I don't know, a second defender, but the pressure was working. And like the big talk amongst Bills fans, and just not Bills fans, once again, everyone joined the discussion, has been this lackluster offense for 3 games. That's been what everyone's saying. 3 games is a trend. It's been ugly. What is going on with Dorsey? Josh Allen just looks out of it. There's some talks of him being sore and possibly having a shoulder injury. Please, I hope not, but he's took some big hits. A lot of people saying Josh is the number 1 flopper too. Comment if you've noticed that or you think that. But getting back to what we were saying, Josh is a guy, personally, this is just my take, right? Who it seems he can be his own worst enemy mentally, right? And I don't know, something's been off with his body language, and as wild as it is to say, and as cliche as it sounds, I hope they just really let Josh go out there and cook, and do him run the ball a little bit more. It seems like defenses have really been knowing what this offense is bringing. Just being very predictable. But after our big win earlier in the season, we started off with that loss against the Jets where Josh played just an ugly game. We went out and smashed on a few teams, and Orlovsky was actually watching the film and pointing out that Josh Allen under center just really seemed to kind of have him slow it down a little bit, and that the Bills should commit to him under center. And it seems like we've gotten away from that. It's just been very frustrating. So I'd really like to see more of the Josh under center, more play action fakes, but once again, I'm intrigued to know everyone's thoughts out there. What do you want to see happen offensively? You know, are you sick of what's going on with Dorsey? Do you think, you know, is this bad to the point where possibly maybe Dorsey should be getting his walking papers and let go? You know, do you think we're going to switch it up? Something needs to happen. You know what I mean? Big game, primetime game, Tampa Bay. Let me know your, again, predictions, your thoughts on the game. Josh versus Baker. We got to shake this off and get back active. You know, I got one more thing to cover, a little Tom Brady story, but I'm out my way out. But man, like, I'm not tripping. You know, it's so crazy, this Bills franchise being a team that we went through the drought. I'm actually, you know, a fan that remembers the Super Bowl era teams, those Super Bowl losses, but nonetheless, a dominant team that just, you know, couldn't win the big one. Jim Kelly, Andre Reed, Thurman Thomas, Bruce Smith, Darryl Talley, James Lofton, Kelso, Don Beebe, the names go. I could just list players on and on. You know, I've been around for a long time, but it's just so wild. Like, a lot of fans who maybe are younger and, you know, maybe we're here for the drought, and now with this, where we've been a good team and we've come so close to getting to the Super Bowl, and knowing that we have the players and talent to win one. You know, this is still a very talented team. Josh Allen is just a different kind of quarterback. He's always going to be a guy that can take a team over the top, you know what I'm saying? But we have a lot of other talent, and McDermott has changed the culture of this team, you know what I mean? As everyone is just so negative on McDermott right now. But it's just so wild seeing the fans go from being a drought team to getting in the playoffs, to getting so close, and then now to being so negative. Once again, I'm not saying all the Bills fans are like that. Hell no. You know, it's just, I just don't quite understand it. I'm not in panic mode like that at all right now. Even in these great seasons that we've had with Josh on this recent amazing run we've been on, like, we've had struggles, you know, in these last few seasons, but then we just get back on a run, you know, and it's better to have these struggles now at this just damn near mid-season point and be ready to make them adjustments and be firing like a well-oiled machine come you know, December. Like, those injuries that we have is really serious, really throwing us off. There were some really talented key players, and I don't know, I'm just like, let's not be so negative, Bills Mafia. But real quick before I close this video, one more thing that I wanted to touch on. We got another story related to Tom Brady's podcast, which I didn't even know Tom had a podcast till about a week ago. Shaq asked him who, you know, he thinks could be his successor, right? And he made some interesting comments. And he said, good question. I think when I'm looking at guys in pro football, quarterbacks, you know, Patrick Mahomes is the one that really stands out. They've done a great job since he's really taken over. He's got a really great coach, like how I was fortunate, like how you were fortunate, that helps you and is there for you when things are going good and not good. Gives the humble pie when things are going good and knows how to pick you up when things aren't good. But it's going to be interesting. People have to do it for a long time. And real quick, y'all, you know, like, Mahomes has had a stellar career thus far, but for real, Brady, the amount of time that run lasted is pretty wild. There's going to be something else I'm going to get to, he says here, but most, you know, references how much little time he missed, and it's pretty crazy. Like, he had the Deflategate suspension, but other than that, I think only, what was it, the 2008 or 9 season where he got injured like week 1 against the Chiefs, the year Castle played. Like, other than that, Brady stayed healthy. It's insane to think about. He said, I did it for a long time. When I look at my career, I was able to do it every single year for basically every single game. And he says every game wasn't perfect, but every game was pretty good. And most of the time, I never put our team in a position to lose. There are very, very few guys like that I'm watching over and over. And I think, unfortunately, the way the game is going, a lot of the guys are running the ball a lot more. It just makes for a shorter career. So, he's referencing Mahomes is the guy, but can Mahomes go as long as Brady had? You know what I'm saying? He most definitely runs a lot, takes some hits. Mahomes has had some struggles and whatnot this year as well, but ultimately the Chiefs still got a great record. But I don't know, they're trying to protect the quarterback more. I don't know, but he says running quarterbacks don't last that long. I don't know who can play 21 years. I really don't. I know what it took, and it took a lot. I'm sure some of the people have ambitions to try, but there are a lot of things that need to go your way. The only reason that I was able to do it was because I had so many people there to support me. Yet somehow, oh no, sorry y'all. I believe that if someone does make it as long as I made it with the degree of success, then I give them a lot of respect. It would be an unbelievable accomplishment for them to do that, especially in today's day and age. So there y'all have it. Take from that what you will. One thing I gotta add though, right? Not trying to ish on Brady, as a Bills fan, obviously Brady's the GOAT. Whether you think he's the most skilled quarterback or not, what he did, that dynasty, that run, being healthy all that time was goated. You know what I mean? And, I always say when I reference Belichick and Brady and the Patriots, is like, as a Bills fan, they're like Satan to me. You know what I mean? But it's what blows my mind is the way that amazing career, that run ended. Tom should have just called it quits after his first year with Tampa, getting that ring, which was insane. And going into the playoffs, they didn't even, to me, I didn't see it happening, but then to push it another year and to get demolished in the playoffs, it's just like, why go out like that, but that competitive side, Tom just didn't want to give it up. But there y'all have it, man. Brady's comments on Mahomes and longevity and, how the game is changing with quarterbacks. Bills trying to shake off this losing streak, taking on Tampa, primetime football game, Josh versus Baker Mayfield, and Kelsey in the Taylor Swift saga stat line. Let's talk about it all in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more NFL talk, guys. It's Coffee signing out. Peace.